Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. Smacking you upside your head with this Saturday edition, y'all. Glad y'all could make it in today. Just want to tell y'all about a series that I just binged on Amazon Prime. It is called I'm a Virgo. Now, let me just give you a slight idea of what you're dealing with in this show. A superhero with an existential crisis, a giant coming of age, and a sexy fast food speedster. Wow. Okay. Okay. Those three things exactly. I'm about to put it on you. Now, it is indeed a coming of age story. It is indeed fantasy. And it is also comedy, all rolled up into one movie. Executive producer and director, Boots Riley. Yeah, that Boots Riley from The Coup. Oh, y'all ain't up on y'all Bay Area hip hop, huh? So y'all ain't never heard about The Coup. Okay, y'all need to check out The Coup. Now, not often that you hear me use the word woke. The Coup is woke Bay Area hip hop music. Need to check it out. I like it. But I got eclectic taste. But look here, Boots Riley is the same guy that did that movie Sorry to Bother You with Lakeith Stanfield. Same kind of quirky, eclectic sort of vibe going on in that movie as well. Eerie music, weird things going on. But yo, it's all that mainly. You know what I'm saying? So it's something for us to dig into. Now, I just gave y'all like a brief synopsis of what's going on, but I'll give you the plot. I'll tell you about who's in it. But it ain't gonna be a totally spoilerish kind of video, just enough to whet your appetite and get you to say, I'm gonna go ahead and binge that. But before we get on off into the video, I need y'all to do what you always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, share. This. Okay. Gonna give you a hot, tiny little preview. Okay. You're gonna see some people that you know. You might see some people you might not know in this preview. But I'm gonna break it all down to you. Patience all comes in the fullness of time.
You're the Messiah. You said you'd come from a desolate place.
I'm not from a desolate place. I'm from Oakland.
Yes, a desolate place.
And when they can't use you no more, they're gonna try to get rid of you.
Measure threat level of the Twomp monster. I need the people to believe in me. When I take my helmet off, I need for my to pop.
So when y'all kicking it
Tonight.
tonight? Do people love me?
You are a 13-foot tall black man. They fear you. The whole thing has to be torn down.
Damn.
Spotlight.
You're illegally trespassing.
How about this, mother?
Now, as you can see from that trailer, there's a whole lot of hood going on, but it is also a fantasy and it is also a comedy. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, here we got a picture of some of the cast of I'm a Virgo. Now, the individual on the far left with the cast goes by the name of Kendrick Sampson. He plays the role of Edwin, who is the assistant to the hero. We'll get to that in a second. After that, we got Brett Gray, who plays the role of Felix, who is the Giants' homie. And Cara Young, also a homie, known as Jones. And then right there in the middle in green, we got my man Jharrel Jerome, who plays the Giant, whose name is Cootie. Then we got Olivia Washington. She is the fast food speedster, goes by the name of Flora. And then last but not least, we got Alias Barnes as Scat, another little homie. You know, you can tell they young just by their dress. But anyway, this is a really, really, really good movie. It tells the story of a 13-foot tall black man by the name of Cootie. He's 19 years old, young adult. He's been sheltered all of his life. Living in Oakland, sheltered. Now, if you ain't ever been to the Bay Area and you sheltered, boy, you are missing a lot of stuff. You feel like the world is just passing you by. But basically, that's where the coming of age part kicks in. And Cootie decides, you know, after a while, he gonna go ahead and sneak out, like most young people do, and find out what's going on with the world. These folks are some of the primaries that are in that movie. When Cootie finally exposes himself to the public, you got Felix, Jones, and Scat, who befriend him. He's never had fast food in his life. So when they come from the sideshow, they decide they're going to get them some Bing Bang burgers. Sideshow, Bing Bang burgers, sideshow. That's a Bay Area thing. If you ain't never been to a sideshow or you ain't never participated in a sideshow, it's something it's a hyphy thing. Let's call it that. It's something you got to experience. Bay Area is very diverse. It has its own kind of rhythm, so to speak. Down below there, we got Olivia Washington, who plays Flora, is the young lady who befriends and eventually falls in love with Cootie, and they have a very interesting sex scene, a speedster and a giant. I'll leave that to your imagination. And then rounding out the cast, we got Mike Epps and Carmen Ejogo as Martise and La Francine. So it don't get no more hood than them names right there. Martise and La Francine. Also in this movie. Now, if we go to the cast right here, look at all of these brand name folks. Like I said, we mentioned Mike Epps. We mentioned Carmen. But look who we got here. Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins? Who the heck is Walton Goggins? Have you ever watched Vice Principals? No. Have you ever watched Ant-Man and the Wasp? No. Have you ever watched The Shield? Walton Goggins plays the role of Hero. Hero is basically a comic book writer who became a multi-billionaire and then eventually became a superhero. And he's got a fresh Power Rangers outfit that reminds you of the White Ranger, the Tiger Ranger. His costume's kind of gold and white like that with some black highlights. But yeah, he reminds you of a Power Ranger. Not really superhuman, but more of a high-tech wonder. He's got gear and, you know, equipment that he uses to fight crime. And he's got this tagline that says, "Get your mind right, half-wits." A white superhero patrolling Oakland, California, telling black men, get your mind right, half-wits. You can imagine how that sounds. Now, there's a little bit of everything. Like I said, there's comedy, there's sex, there's violence, and then there's a little bit of thinking and giving you some insight into each character. Brett Gray's role as Felix, not Phoenix. He's the homie that drives everybody around. So when they in a sideshow and you see all that dipping and all of that, that's your boy's hoopty right there. Scat is just more of a doing his own thing, kind of blurred. you know, and him and Cootie kind of bond over this Adult Swim like TV show that they like to watch. And then, like I said, Cara Jones' character, I'm messing up names. Cara Young's character Jones is the young black revolutionary, and so she's doing things like leading clothing drives, heading up like eviction protests and this kind of thing like that. And she's very, very well spoken, very, very woke. Now, superhuman powers are a given in this show, but sometimes they seem to be nuanced. And for some reason, Cootie is the only person who can see when someone is manifesting a superpower, a meta ability, if you will. As I said, Flora, the lady who works in the fast food joint, she moves so fast, nobody in the job or nobody who's patronizing the place can see how fast she moves. That's how fast she's moving. They're at a protest at one point in an episode, and they're throwing gas grenades into a crowd, and she's catching them and throwing them back at the police, and nobody even is seeing her doing it. That's how fast she's moving. Now, with Jones seems to have this superpower of being able to, the best way to describe it is put people in a pocket universe while she describes a situation to them. And she talks a lot about capitalism and communism and socialism and a lot of that stuff. And it goes over, you know, her homies' heads. But us that are watching the show is like, yeah, that was a real thought out, very well-spoken situation right there. There's also Craig Tate here who plays Bear, and he's from the lower bottoms. And he just keeps telling everybody he's from the lower bottom. And then some things happen to him that make him kind of see the world differently, figuratively and literally. This movie, this show, this series is off the chain. If you're looking for something new to watch, I'm a Virgo is for you. If you're looking for something different to watch, I'm a Virgo is for you. If you looking for something that's got faces that look like this, that look like that, I'm a Virgo is for you. It's about 7 episodes, and they run, you know, anywhere between like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, something like that. It's easily binged, is what I'm getting at. And it is a very, very, very good show. Bruce Riley as the producer. Jharrel Jerome is also one of the executive producers on this show. The show is dope, man. I ain't even gonna front. I sat down, got engaged in it, and couldn't turn away because, number one, we were being represented the way we needed to be represented. Plus, there's a lot of Bay Area music in this show. Man, I lived in the Bay Area for a number of years, man, and a lot of people today who are iconic, they was just getting their start. Didn't nobody know, I mean, well, not widely like they do now. Didn't nobody know what a Too Short was. Didn't nobody know what an E40 was. You know what I'm saying? The Bay Area people who are just like iconic now, when I was living in the Bay Area, they were just getting on. They were just getting put on, or actually they were just putting themselves on, because the Bay Area is all about hustle. And I don't want to blow smoke up they behind, be, you know, riding and all of that type thing. But I mean, it just is what it is. It's a whole different kind of vibe. You know how like when you talk to people from New York and they always like New York this, New York that, the Bronx this, Brooklyn that, Queens that, same kind of thing. The Bay Area is got its own little energy. Vallejo, it's got its own little energy. Oakland's got its own little energy. The Fillmore, Frisco's got its own little energy. You know what I'm saying? Richmond, they all have, it's a whole vibe, man, when you get down there. And Bruce Riley and Jharrel Jerome captured that energy very well. I read that the film was shot, or the series was shot, in locations in New Orleans, but I saw some places as I'm like, I know that's the Bay Area. That's got to be the Bay Area. I've been in that comic book shop. You know what I'm saying? I've been at that newspaper stand. I've been at that place that they're showing right now. I've seen it. So I don't know. Maybe they just did a good job of reproducing it. But at any rate, bruh, straight up, my rating for this series, 9. Flat out, 9. It was very well put together, well written. Everybody played their parts well. It was a very believable rendition. I liked it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I introduced the missus to it. She enjoyed it thoroughly. It's a good show. You ain't doing nothing else, go ahead and binge. I'm a Virgo. Or you ain't even got to binge it. You could probably just, watch it a couple episodes at a time. But I believe once you get into it, you ain't going to be able to put it down. That's it for now on this wonderful Saturday. I got to get ready to do my improv thing here tonight. And that's it for now. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.